I saw a post today from John O'Brien, and he said behind every successful man is an exhausted woman. And that was hilarious to me because it's a lot of truth to that. And I know on social media, every woman say they want a successful man, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know, well, I'm not gonna say I don't know, I'm positive that most women not equipped to deal with that. And I'm gonna explain why. Social media will lead you to believe that, dealing with a successful man, you just gonna be resting, shopping, traveling, and just spending a bunch of money all the time. And that's a part of it. I'm not saying those things never happen, but that's only a small part of it. The truth is, being with a successful man, right, it's gonna be a lot of pressure because it's gonna demand a lot out of you. It's gonna be a different level of requirement and a standard, especially if y'all got children, because he's gonna want you to raise his children a specific way. But even if y'all don't have children, he's going to be a workaholic. And it'll be many times where you'll question whether you're a priority in his life because he's going to be working so much, you're going to feel like you're on the back burner. And he'll expect you to carry yourself a certain way because you're a representation of him. And being in those circles, you judge by the women that you with. So you can't have partners, potential clients, active clients, competitors, not seeing your house be aligned or in line. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of things that he's just going to be demanding from you, whether it's with your health and staying in shape or not being around certain people or in certain crowds, the way you dress. And like I said, he'll more than likely always be working. So if you don't know how to handle with being by yourself or not being with him for extended periods of time, it just won't work. And like I said, it's a lot of demand that comes with that. It's just not no simple, easy walk in the park. You can ask any woman that's seriously dating a successful man. And I'm not talking about entertainers or athletes because that's different. I'm talking about a man that truly uses majority of his brain power and skill set to make his money. That man is usually a completely different man than an entertainer or an athlete, even though this could apply to entertainers and athletes too, because they're also usually always working. But they have off seasons, that's the thing. And business owners, men that's using their brain to work, there's no off season. This goes on forever. So there'll be periods of time, like I said, where you might not be seeing you might see your man rarely. And another thing I can add is you also gonna need some intelligence about yourself because that man, he's gonna want to be mentally stimulated. So he's not gonna care about what's happening on the shade room, what's happening in baddies, what's happening within pop culture. So you're gonna need to stay mentally afloat and constantly be learning these new things so you can have conversation with this man. And so you can also educate his children because more than likely, he's going to require you to homeschool them. So at the end of the day, like I'm saying, most of y'all would do better if y'all just got with, I don't want to say a regular guy because I don't want to seem like I'm disrespecting people, but that's what it is. Because that guy's not going to have a bunch of demands for y'all that y'all could actually meet. Because I'm just being real, majority of people do not have the skills, the willpower, the softness, the mental strength to deal with a successful man. Because it's not all just roses, vacations, and a bunch of shopping. It's a whole bunch of other stuff that comes with it. This is a heavy comment, but it is so accurate. And I'm gonna ruffle some feathers when I say this, but this is also why, just in my opinion, I believe that most women are not equipped to be the only woman in a successful man's life. Because like I said on the previous video, social media will try to make it seem like being with a successful man is just an easy walk in the park, everything is cake and roses. When the reality is so far from what y'all think it is. Being with a successful man, not only is he always going to be working, more than likely, he's going to put you to work in some capacity as well. Especially if he owns his own business. You're going to be the one that's his assistant. You're going to be the one that's doing the administrative work. You're going to be handling the logistics. But on top of that, you're still going to be raising the children. You still going to have social obligations. You still got to play that wife or girlfriend role, and you got to manage the household. And managing the household is not this easy or simple thing. Like I said on my other video, if you can ask any woman that's dating a successful man what it takes to manage a household, that's a full-time job in itself. From meal prepping, shopping, cooking, managing staff, whether that's nannies, landscapers, maids, cleaning schedules, laundry schedules, paying bills, managing the budget, overseeing repairs and maintenance. This sounds like a simple thing, but I promise y'all, this isn't simple and an easy task. Then you also keeping calendars for the families, appointments, travel, social events. As the wife or girlfriend to a successful man, you always gonna be hosting dinners and events, attending dinners and events, keeping up with appearances and social circles. You gotta network alongside of him and maintain relationships with other families. Then you also gotta make sure you present the family as stable, polished, and respectable. Then you're doing all this while taking care of yourself so this man can remain attracted to you. So you gotta be in the gym and on top of your fitness, because outside of you being pregnant, more than likely, he's not going to allow you to lose yourself and get too big. And that is a lot for most women to keep up with. Which is why a friend of mine, she has this saying, and she says that there are two types of wives. You have one wife, she's all about the children, like literally the greatest mother. And then you have another wife, and she's more of the trophy wife, where she's able to maintain that appearance and aesthetic and maintain that sex appeal. She says most women are usually one or the other, and it's a very, very small few that's able to maintain and be both of those at the same time. And there's a lot of truth to that. And the reason that there's so much truth to that is because, like I'm saying, it is so difficult to be a mom and a wife specifically to a successful man, especially if you're the only woman in his life, because all the pressure will be on you because he has no other outlet. And just being real, most women today, they not built for that. Because while all of this has happened, more than likely, that man, he's not going to be available for a lot of time because he's going to be so busy working. But at that same time, he's going to expect you to be available 100% of the time. Anytime he calls, anytime he needs something, he's going to expect you to be available. Now, many women can take on this role and feel fulfilled within this role. But the reality is most women, especially today, most modern women, put them in this type of role that I'm explaining. They're not. I got a call, so the sound went out before I could finish what I was saying. But what I was saying was most women, they're not going to feel fulfilled in this role. They're going to feel drained. Which is why for most women, even though everybody say they want a successful man, most women should aim just for a regular guy with regular goals, ambitions, and achievements. Because he's not going to have these standards and requirements more than likely. He's still going to have standards, but they just won't be this high. And those normal standards is something that can easily be met by most women.
Yo, it's your boy Scholy. Welcome back to another episode of NBH TV, Natural Born Hustlers TV. And to be honest with y'all, I have to agree 1000% with this man. Think about it. When it comes to a successful man, he is going to be busy, man. And a lot of times when events like COVID happen, it showed a lot of people the real truthness in their relationship. Was they really even able to just be around that person? Because a lot of times when people be on the road going, you never really get a chance to really even know your mate like that. But when you have a mate that don't mind putting in the extra work, who don't mind just doing what needs to be done, that makes a lot difference. I'm not going to reiterate and say everything that he said because I agree with everything this man said. But it's tough, man, and I don't know if I can even be a woman in those type of situations because at some point it may come off as selfish. But when you messing with a high vibration man and a man who really want better for himself, you have to be able to match his standards, and you have to be able to at least try to match his level and show some type of ambition as well. Like I was talking to my coworker, and she was just saying like how she would rather just be an at-home mom. And I told her, like, I don't believe in at-home moms. It's too early in our young age to be at-home anything, because she say, yeah, I just want to take care of the baby. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not going to really work, because if you got a successful man and he taking care of everything, you going to have to help out in some type of way. And I honestly believe that if you let a person feed you, that same person can starve you. So why even put yourself in a situation to where a person can even do that? Me personally, I don't believe you can be an at-home nothing until we later, maybe in our 50s. You know what I'm saying? We worked hard our 30s, 40s, then we can maybe chill in our 50s. But for now, I don't believe in no at-home mom and all that. I know the kids is a lot and doing that is a lot, but Usually those are men who have businesses and things of that nature, or maybe an NBA player or a famous athlete or a wealthy person who is a famous athlete or somebody who be gone but also can provide. But even then, if you my woman, I want you to have your own admirations and own ambitions and businesses and just want to live for yourself. We too young to be talking about at home wife, but hey, to each his own. What y'all think about this video? Do y'all agree with me? Do y'all agree with him? Or do y'all disagree with both of us? Well, it's your boy Scholy. Till we meet again, my friend. I'm out. Let's go.